So there are a whole different types of rock climbing that you can do and specialize in, but the most popular and traditional types are traditional climbing, aid climbing, bouldering, free soloing, sport climbing, and speed climbing. So traditional rock climbing is how climbing was done up until fairly recently. So about the 1980s, it was just known as climbing. So it was only after sport climbing took off that a name had to be created to distinguish this style of climbing. It's a type of rock climbing where a climber or a group of climbers places all their gear required to protect against falls and then removes it when the passage is complete. So they carry and place their own protection rather than clipping their harness into pre-placed bolts that would be on the rock. Aid climbing is a style of climbing in which you stand on or pull yourself up with devices attached to fixed or placed protection is used to make upward progress. So in general, aid techniques are reserved for pitches where free climbing is really difficult to impossible, and the routes are really steep and long, which demand great endurance and both physical and mental stamina. But while aid climbing places less emphasis on athletic fitness and raw strength than free climbing, the physical demands of hard aid climbing should not be underestimated. Bouldering is a form of rock climbing that is performed on a smaller rock formation or artificial rock walls without the uses of ropes or harnesses. So it sounds like free solo climbing, which is also performed without ropes, but bouldering problems or the sequence of moves that a climber performs to complete the climb are usually less than 6 meters long. So artificial climbing walls allow boulderers to climb indoors in areas without natural borders. And the competitions take place both indoor and outdoor. So these are what indoor and outdoor bouldering looks like this is at a rock climbing gym, and then this is a natural rock formation. In free climbing, the climber moves up the wall under their own power and they don't use any special gear to help them move upward. This excludes climbing shoes, but it also does include the use of fall protection gear. And what makes it free is that the gear is not used to help ascend up the wall. So it's essentially free soloing, but you have a rope to prevent you from falling on the ground and hurting yourself. And free solo climbing, or better known as free soloing, it's a form of rock climbing where the climbers climb alone with nothing, so no ropes, harnesses, or any other protective equipment. And this is special because the route that they free solo is normally of such a height that people would normally use a whole bunch of equipment to go up it. And this is known as the most dangerous type of rock climbing. So these two are examples of free soloing and free climbing. So this one is free soloing.
I ask myself, what would I do if I lived my life without limits? The answer is free solo. Some people think that I'm into this for adrenaline, that I'm a thrill seeker, or that I have a death wish. But free solo for me is an art form. It's a meditation. It's a controlled and calculated experience. When I'm up there, I'm focused and in the moment.
And then this is free climbing.
Crushin with my rock. So I got to go for pitch one. Pitch one, 5'8", kind of sandy climbing, kind of cool, goes up this ramp, you get to the ledge.
And then I took the second one, which for me is the crux of the route. It's this really pumpy layback, and you can just barely get the tips of your fingers in. For about 20 feet, you're just pressing your feet against the wall and pulling on your fingertips. And I'd done the pitch a couple times before, but I'd never actually gotten to lead it. So I was pretty psyched to lead it without falling that day.
Pitch 3 was my next lead, which I'd say is probably one of my favorite pitches on the route, even though it's really short. It's a traverse pitch for about 50 feet on some of the best, most solid sandstone edges I've ever seen.
The pitch after that, which is this perfect finger crack with hardly any other footholds on the face. Really.
Even watching that makes my fingers clammy. Anyway, so sport climbing is another form of rock climbing that also relies on permanent anchors fixed to the rock for protection, where a rope that is attached to the climber is clipped to the anchors to help catch your fall. It also involves climbing short distances with a crash pad underneath as protection. So this is the type of rock climbing that you would see in rock climbing gyms. You can see that they're shorter routes, but they require a lot of technique. Lastly, speed climbing is done on rocks, walls, and poles, and is only recommended for highly skilled and experienced climbing. These speed climbers are athletes that train specifically for these events and for international speed climbing competitions. Speed is the ultimate goal in climbing up these walls, and when you compete, you have the same holds and routes used each time for consistency across the competition. World records of rock climbing. So for speed climbing, as of 2017, Iranian climber Reza Alipur holds the men's 15-meter speed world record at 5.48 seconds. And for women, Aries Shushanti from Indonesia holds the women's record at 6.995 seconds and was the first woman to break the 7-second barrier. And these world championships took place in Austria. So El Capitan is a vertical rock formation in Yosemite National Park and stands about 3,000 feet from the base to the summit along its tallest face and is a really popular objective for rock climbers. So on January 14th, in 2015, Tommy Cadwell and Kevin Jorgensen completed the first free climb of the Dawn Wall after just 19 days, which is one of the hardest climbs in the world. Then on November 2016, Czech climber Adam Ondra free climbed the Dawn Wall in 8 days. On June 3rd, 2017, Alex Honnold completed the first free solo climb of El Capitan without any protective equipment. He ascended the freerider line in 3 hours and 56 minutes, beginning at 5:32 a.m. and reaching the peak at 9:28 a.m. This climb is very popular and was filmed for the 2018 documentary Free Solo. You can see Adam Ondra right here climbing the Dawn Wall. And then this is El Capitan in Yosemite. You can see that it's huge. And then this is Tommy Cadwell and Kevin Jorgensen in the middle of their 19-day climb on the Dawn Wall. And then this is Alex Honnold in the middle of his free solo climb.